Hi everyone, it's Kate from Inside Out for Kids, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about where our emotions come from. So our emotions are a response to lots of the things that are happening around us. So it can be things that are happening in our environment, like if you react to seeing a snake on the path, or it can be things in your relationships. So if you feel a little bit left out, or you're feeling angry at something somebody has done to you. It can also be affected by things like being hungry or being tired or just growing up and all the chemicals in our body. But one of the things that does affect our emotions is actually our thoughts. So the mental dimension that we've been talking about, the 5 dimensions of wellness, one of them is the mental one, so the thoughts that we have in our own brain. So when things do happen out in the world or around us, we actually take that inside ourselves and we think about it in a certain way, and that's one of the things that creates the emotional reaction that we have to that. So a good example of that is if you see 2 friends whispering and laughing around a corner. That's the moment that's happening to you, and you're going to have a thought about that. So one of the moments could be, oh no, they're talking about me. And that kind of thought, there it is, oh no, they're talking about me. And that kind of thought is going to produce an emotional reaction in you that might be worried, or it might be embarrassed, or it might just want to avoid them, those kind of emotions that make you just want to run away and not confront the person. So how you think about that situation can steer that emotion into something like worry or anxiety, but you can actually think something different. So in your mind, if you thought, instead of thinking, oh no, they're talking about me, you might think something funny must have happened. There it is. That's what you're thinking in your brain. Something funny must have happened. I'm going to go find out what it is. And that emotion that is created in you from this kind of thought might be one of happiness or feeling connected or curious even. And those emotions might give you the confidence to walk over to those 2 friends and say, what's going on? Tell me the story. And that would be very different to starting to worry about those friends not liking you or talking about you behind your back. So it's exactly the same situation, but 2 very different reactions that we can have based on the way that we're thinking about things. So that's why those thoughts and emotions are connected. And once we have those emotions, you know how we've talked about the emotions creating energy in our body, that's going to come out somehow. So this kind of thought, oh no, someone's talking about they mustn't like me very much, oh I'm so embarrassed, I've got no friends. Those kinds of thoughts might make an anxious or worried or angry emotions within you, and that might cause you to avoid the person or to yell at them, or to try and be friends with somebody else instead and leave them out. So that's the kind of behaviours that can come from those emotions. But if you've got thoughts that lead you towards connecting with the person and finding out what happened and what's funny, that curiosity kind of emotions, you might end up sharing the joke and having a good time and feel really close to your friends again. So those kinds of behaviours would come out. You would feel happier or closer, maybe even some crying, laughing tears. That's a fun one because that makes us feel quite good on the inside. So there's 2 different reactions that you could have then. So next time you're having an emotional reaction to something, you might think backwards and wonder, what was I thinking before I had this big reaction? What were the thoughts and the talking that I was hearing in my head before that? And you might be able to backtrack and see if you can fix some of those thoughts and switch it out from one like this, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no thoughts, to, okay, something good must come from this and I can deal with it. So I hope that's helpful. See how you go.